Good morning, everyone. Hello.
Good morning, Mark.
Good morning. Right. Today we are going to talk about a mountain, okay? But not just any mountain. Today's mountain is Changbai Mountain, okay? Now, Changbai Mountain is located in Jilin province where we live. Now, where the mountain is, it is shared, okay? Because of its location and geographical place, the mountain itself is shared with China and Korea, okay? So one side is China and one side is Korea. Now, with Changbai Mountain, it's very beautiful, and it's quite an old mountain, okay? An old mountain. First recorded over 4,000 years ago. But for us, we're going to look at it a bit more in depth. Has anybody been to Changbai Mountain?
Actually, I haven't been there before.
Okay. Now, I have been to the mountain, but it's not actually a mountain anymore. Yes, we could call it a mountain because of its great height, but this mountain has a secret. It is actually a volcano.
Volcano.
Yeah, a volcano. Now, Changbai Mountain is a dormant volcano, okay? Dormant.
What is a dormant volcano?
Dormant means it doesn't erupt anymore.
It means that it is resting now?
Well, basically it's sleeping. They say dormant means it's in a process. Maybe in the future, if something catastrophic happens, it could erupt again.
So, dormant volcano.
Yeah.
休眠火山.
Dormant. Yeah, basically means it's sleeping. Okay. Now, the last time Changbai Mountain actually erupted, yeah, was in 1702. So you can see, 1702. Now, what year are we in now?
2022.
2022. So you can see that that volcano has been dormant how many years?
My math is not very good.
That's fine. So you could say it's been dormant for hundreds of years. Okay, hundreds of years. So if it last erupted in 1702, when did it first erupt? We have records to show that it first erupted in 1597.
1597, okay.
Then again, it erupted in 1668. Okay, it's not bad, 100 years apart. Okay, and then the last time was 1702. So you can say it is resting. Yes, resting.
So dormant means that it is resting or sleeping, not dead.
Not officially dead.
It has a likely chance to erupt in the future.
It can do.
Okay.
And that can be done, well, if something catastrophic happens under the earth itself with the crust and the volcanic lava and plates moving. As volcanoes erupt, they form new landmass, continents move and rub. These things can happen in the future, and maybe Changbai Mountain could actually erupt later. But for the last 100 years or so, it has been dormant, resting, just like other volcanoes around the world. There's lots of volcanoes. Some are on the land, majority of them are under the sea. We don't know this because we don't see them. But over time, if one does erupt under the sea, there could be a new island formed somewhere. Now, let's have a look at the mountain. Now, this is a lovely picture of the autonomous country of Korea and China. See, there's lots of mountains, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is in winter, okay, winter. I've been there only in the summer, okay, and it's very beautiful, and it's well worth going to see.
So Changbai mountain is not just a mountain or one mountain, it's like mountains.
Yes, it is a group, okay, a group of mountains. We say we want to go to Changbai mountain, yeah, one mountain, but it's in an area surrounded by mountains. If you want to see a mountain in France, you go to one, but you say, I'm going to the Alps. It's the same as if you want to go to any other mountains around the world. I want to go to this one. No, you are in the Himalayas, for example. And those mountains stretch a very long distance across many countries. So, when we say we're going to Changbai mountain, we're going to one. But it's surrounded by mountains, okay?
Okay.
Now, Changbai mountain ranges from the northeast to the southwest, okay? It's a famous mountain, has a lot of historical and culture to it. And if you remember from our previous classes, what is grown there? Do you remember?
I remember ginseng.
Ginseng, yes. Now, this mountain, okay, or volcano as it's now, contains a lot of water. Okay, now Changbai is famous for having its own natural source of water. Yes?
Yeah.
So you could actually be drinking water that's come from this place.
Yes, I know.
Yeah? And because it's a volcano, it means it's very deep. Imagine the water was inside. How deep does it go?
Hot water?
Hot water, cold water, but we're talking a mountain takes thousands of years to make. They're always changing. Some get higher, some get smaller, some grow. Okay, so let's have a look. Now, like we said, Changbai mountain is a dormant volcano, okay, dormant. And it has surrounding it some plateaus and mountains. Now there are 16 peaks, okay, 16 peaks around it, okay, and the main peak is 2,750 meters above sea level, okay. Now the highest peak on the Chinese side, Baiyun Peak, is 2,691 meters above sea level. So that is the highest peak, meaning mountain, within that area on the Chinese side, because like I said, where the mountain is, it's divided between two different countries, okay? Now moving on. Right, how old do you think Changbai mountain is? How old?
Thousands of years old.
Thousands, okay?
Yeah.
Thousands. That's not very lot, is it? You think it takes thousands of years to make. Now, in actual fact, people have estimated that this volcano, stroke mountain, is about 25 million years old.
25 million.
Yeah, so it was born after the dinosaurs.
Okay.
Yeah, just think dinosaurs were around hundreds of millions of years ago, and this mountain started off flat, and over time it grew. Now, as we know, the Changbai mountain has erupted, okay, has erupted. So that means the mountain itself has changed, okay? It could have got taller, it could have got wider, it could have got flatter, because obviously the volcano inside erupting would cause lava to come shooting out, run down the sides. So the mountain can grow, it can also make it flatter, okay? But for us, when we go and visit it, it's a mountain, okay, a mountain. But inside is full of water, because what is it? a dormant volcano, okay? Dormant.
So Changbai Mountain's height is enough to be called as a mountain.
Yes, because it's over 1,000 meters.
1,000 meters.
Anything below that is classed as a hill, okay?
Yeah. Oh, it does it mean that if you have said this Changbai Mountain has a history about 25 million years ago, that there is a Changbai Mountain. Does it mean that, like imaginary, the dinosaur may have been on this place, the same age?
Well, dinosaurs were hundreds of millions of years ago. The last living animals that can result back to the Jurassic period would be crocodiles, sharks. Yeah, but maybe when the world was flat, dinosaurs could have done it, because if you've been to somewhere like Kunming, they have dinosaurs, fossils, and a good place to go. So you never know. Dinosaurs could have been there. Okay?
Okay.
Now, as you can see, with here and mountainous areas, you have lots of basins and valleys, okay? Because obviously mountains are different sizes. In between you have the valleys, and a basin, a big flat area that could be full of stones, water, or just open land. Right, let's have a look at some of the peaks around this place, okay? Around. So you've got Biome Peak, okay? Which we said was 2,691 meters above sea level. Yeah, it's the highest peak in the northeast of China. Now we have Tianwen Peak, okay? Commonly known as Eagle Mouth Peak, okay? Now this one is located in the north by the east of Tianqi Lake, okay? This one is not as high, but 2,670 meters high. Yuzu Peak. Yeah? To me, does that look like a mountain?
More like a stick.
Like a stick, or a column, or a giant rock?
Yeah.
A stack. Okay, it's a mountain. Yeah. Guanmin Peak. Lunmin Peak. Longmen Peak. So you can see there are lots of peaks around this area, okay? Around this area. So if you go, please look, and not just go to Changbai Mountain, explore what's around it. Maybe go there and see if you can find ginseng, for example.
So there are 16 peaks.
16 peaks surrounding Changbai Mountain.
Okay.
But as we said before, it's an autonomous region, okay? So it means there's lots of mountains around there. And it does spread on 2 different countries. So within that area, there will be more mountains. But because this one is relevant to Jilin, we are talking about Changbai Mountain, okay?
Yeah.
Then, like we said earlier, if you wanted to go to the Himalayas, there are many, many mountains there, ranging across different countries. The same
Himalayas.
And the same as going to France, you have the Alps. Yeah? Each mountain has a set area. Same as other countries.
So like Himalayas is name for a group of mountains, but for each peak they have certain names for that.
Yes.
So does Changbai Mountain.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the world's biggest is
Everest.
Mount Everest. So far, that is the world's biggest. And then you have other ones like K2, and it's all about size. You know, the biggest one we know is this one. It would take a long time to find out what is the smallest mountain in the world, because you'd have to find out everyone's different height. And like we'd said before, mountains do change height. Everest has changed height over years. It's got bigger or it's got smaller. That all depends on what is happening under the ground with the tectonic plates moving. Yeah. If you look at the history of mountains, some are recorded this high and now they're recorded at this height. So they've changed over time. Yeah, over time. Even the weather could make a mountain smaller because it's getting weathered every day by wind, rain, snow, and, I hate to say it, even us. We walk up and down a mountain continuously, we're going to make it smaller over years.
Okay, Mark, speaking of the Himalayas and the Mount Everest, there is something very interesting. You know, Himalayas, in Chinese is pretty much the same pronunciation. 喜马拉雅山脉, 喜马拉雅, Himalayas. But Everest, I know, is named for a British explorer, George Everest. But Everest, this peak in Chinese, is 珠穆朗玛峰. So it's completely different.
Yeah, named after the man who first climbed it.
Yes.
But did he climb it? That is the question.
Okay.
But there is no way to find out if he did or not. Are there any other questions?
No, thank you.
Right, thank you very much. See you next time.
Bye-bye.